Life in a world that keeps changing. Think that it's progress you're making. Copy and paste pretty faces all the time. Pictures so perfect we play.
Hello everyone, welcome to Anointed Lady TV, the home of news and politics. If it is your first time in this channel, you are highly welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. And if you like what we do on this channel, hit on the subscribe button, also put on the notification bell so you'll be notified by YouTube anytime we drop a new video. And if you are returning subscribers, thank you very much for always coming back to watch our videos. On this platform, we drop videos every day and we react to every video that come our way. And on this very video, I will be watching with you. And after watching, let's go to the comment section and drop our opinion constructively. Like our videos and also share our videos if possible. See you next time in my next
where we go discuss, where they're very important. Because we don't notice, say, what in the H⁹T and Inec, they don't go for national TV now, begin they do this their defense. What in they suppose begin they do on Monday, they don't go there on Friday, on Thursday. For national TV, then begin they talk another thing. They give signal to tribunal, say IREV no be the main thing. So when we come begin the reason all the talk where they talk for with Sheung for that channel's television, now we begin the review and say, okay, in Oga Mahmoud Yakub don't send them, make him go there, go begin the talk. The lies where we say they lie for us before, make them come add them more, so that they go confuse people to think say na IREV no matter at all. Now just something where we say people go see results, concern no be collation. Because when they for tribunal, I see the cross-examination where they ask. All the witnesses where we bring come, even the one from PDP, the question where they ask say, if IREV no dey say they no go get result, but we get rebuttal where we won't bring today, and that one be say IREV they part of the law, na the main law, and na them talk am with their own mouth. They no go come out. We get court where we say na tribunal where every matter suppose they will carry their matter, carry their defense, come there. But to go for national TV, they begin, they make the justices, they watch them, they see what in them they talk, they see their body language. Now that one, now go tell them say it no go work. So with me today, to talk all these things and break them down, how it's supposed to be, make our viewers for understand them, make the obedient movement and well-meaning Nigerians worldwide understand how and where we stand. Dr. Ethelbert there for Zoom. And I get plenty obedience where they with them for Zoom today. So, how do we go take start? We won't start with waiting H⁹T take him out, talk as your God direct him. Before the election, waiting him tell us about this IREV and the law. He talk say na mandatory provision. And the way it take there for law, we don't break and down, make we come show. So Dr. Tel, I want start make you start to tell our people how we take break this thing down. First of all, how waiting then go they talk for national TV no they okay with us, because that very something they always they go talk say the matter is in court, but meanwhile then they bring out the things where we say they inside the matter where they for court, then they bring them out. If we bring them out as it's supposed they, then go begin shall say it they prejudicial. But then for national TV, then go they talk say IREV know me, make we know they look at IREV. But now for their still in talk say they never finish the uploading. They ask them how many percentage of that very result they don't upload. He say he no carry them off head. But he no say they never finish upload, but they don't give result. So I beg, make you tell our people today as we take discuss how we take break this thing down. But first, I go show that very video, make them know where would they come from. How Intake join the whole IREV, Gbas, and the law together. Make we first listen to that very video for their real-time transmission as they take talk am.
Section 47, subsection 2 of the Electoral Act 2022 makes it mandatory that to vote, the presiding officer shall use a smart card reader or any other technological device that may be prescribed by the Commission for the accreditation of voters to verify, confirm, or authenticate the particulars of the intending voter in the manner prescribed by the Commission. So the use of the Gbas is a mandatory provision of the law and is not an option of charity. The Commission does not have a discretion on whether to use the Gbas or not. The law says that we shall and must use the Gbas, and this Commission is committed to using the Gbas because we spend so much time, we spend so much energy, and we spend resources in putting together the Gbas. The Gbas was developed by the Commission's in-house engineers as a way of making sure that identity theft is minimized as much as possible at our polling units. So we cannot spend time, resources to develop the Gbas and then throw it away and say we won't use it again. It doesn't make sense. So the Gbas has come to stay, and we are going to continue to use the Gbas in all our elections. The Commission will also transmit polling unit level results in real time. The transmission of polling unit level results is also a mandatory provision of the law, as Section 64, subsection 4 of the Electoral Act has made it mandatory. We canvass for the inclusion of the Gbas and the electronic transmission of results in the Electoral Act. We therefore have a responsibility to keep faith with our own innovations aimed at the conduct of transparent elections driven and propelled by technology. So in conclusion, the Commission is committed to delivering on its mandate. Our allegiance will remain to the people of this country. We therefore seek the cooperation and partnership of the media in the task of conducting an election that Nigerians will be proud of. So I want to, on behalf of the chairman, to thank all of you for what you have done for us in the past, for what you are doing for us now, and for what you are going to do for us in the future. We need your prayers, we need your cooperation, and we need your support because conducting an election in Nigeria is a Herculean venture. As some of you know, the total number of registered voters in the remaining countries in West Africa stands at around 73 million, while the total number of registered voters in Nigeria stands at around 93 million. So conducting election in Nigeria is akin to conducting election in the entire West African sub-region. So it's a very big task, and we are equal to the task, and we assure Nigerians that we have the capacity and the courage and the organizational power and capacity to pull through with this particular election. Thank you very much.
So, as Intake talk, Dr. H⁹T, you hear him. He talk say na law, no be even by their guideline. That is, that Gbas is covered by the Electoral Act. Now, what our people need to understand is that this very Gbas has its function. Number one function is to do accreditation. Number two function is to take a clear image of a form to be transmitted to IREV. This is what the law says. It calls it technological device. But make you help me break and down to our people. Make they understand, say, That very thing that Peter Obi, His Excellency, meant by saying the process is what is challenging, that very process is what INEC did not follow. Please explain it once again and very, very well for our people to understand. Thank you.
Good day, my people, and thanks for being here today. I think I've always said it in this space that INEC is not doing us a favor. INEC do not need to make us any promise. INEC were hired, the chairman, Sèérious, and all the rank and file were hired by Nigerians and given a responsibility to execute this election based on the Electoral Act 2022. The Electoral Act 2022 derives its power from 1999 Constitution, and even the INEC guideline derives its power from the Electoral Act 2022. I am happy that Sèérious himself used his mouth to say that they were not doing us a favor by using beavers, because it is part of the law. Now, in the law courts, they don't go there to listen to people who are doing favor or not. What is the standard thing? Everybody who is in the court is going to look at the Constitution and the Electoral Act and to see whether INEC complied by the Constitution and the Electoral Act. INEC uploading of results real time from the polling unit on the day of election is very, very, very central to the Electoral Act. It is part of the law. Not doing it is breaking the law. And it does not matter how many PR campaign INEC goes to do. You know, when Sèérious was talking on national television on Thursday, he was even talking about the lawyers of INEC, that they conduct themselves professionally, so to say, and that the lawyers of other parties, which I know he was referring to Labour Party, we are doing media campaign. Just like Chidi said, that is to tell us that they have started their defense in the media. But I know that we have sections of the law that we're going to show our people today. Let them see what the sections of the law said regarding the upload of beavers. I'm sorry, the upload of the election results to the IREV on the day of election from the polling unit. If we have it, please, can the producer please show me the first slide so I can explain it to our people? Now, this is section 60 of the Electoral Act 2022, subsection 1 to 3. Now, you can see here that subsection 1 says the presiding officer shall means must in law. And I am happy that even Sèérious in the video we just watched keep emphasizing the importance of the word shall, after counting the votes at the polling unit, enter the votes scored by each candidate in a form to be prescribed by the commission as the case may be. That form is using pen and entering it in that form we call form EC8A. Now, after doing that, the next thing the presiding officer will do, which is now subsection 2, this is in the Electoral Act, the form shall be signed and stamped by the presiding officer and countersigned by the candidates or other polling agents where available at the polling unit. I've mentioned this here yesterday. Where available means it is not mandatory. It is not a must that if you're not there to sign, that your vote must not be protected, even though I do know that our agents were there. Number 3 is the presiding officer shall give, everything here is shall give to the polling agents and the police officer where available a copy of each of the completed forms after it has been duly signed and provided under section 2. Under subsection 2, we have seen the subsection 2. Go on, let me see further slide. The same section 60, I think subsection 4, and yes, 4 to 6 says, now, number 4, the presiding officer shall count and announce the results at the polling units, meaning everybody who gathered to vote will hear the result. And the moment they finish hearing the result, subsection 5 says, the presiding officer shall transfer the results, including total number of accredited voters, and the result of the ballot paper in a manner as prescribed by the commission. In a manner as prescribed by the commission. As we go forward today, you will see the manner as prescribed by the commission. Number 6 says, the presiding officer who willfully contravenes any provision of this section commits an offense and is liable of conviction to a fine not more than 500,000 or imprisonment for a term of at least 6 months. So, subsection 5 is important. It says the presiding officer shall, meaning he must transfer the results, including total number of accredited voters, and the result of the ballot in a manner as prescribed. Let us go forward. We're going to find that manner as prescribed today as we go forward. Now, look at section 64, subsection 4. It's giving us detailed information. It says, a collation officer, after returning officer at an election, shall collect and announce the result of an election, subject to his or her verification and confirmation that the number of accredited voters stated on the collated results are correct and consistent with the number of accredited voters recorded and transmitted directly from polling units. Now, Nigerians, you have seen that there is a transmission that must be recorded, that there's a transmission that must be done from the polling units. The results, the collation officer at the ward level must make sure that the number of accredited voters stated on the collated result are correct and consistent with the number of accredited voters recorded and transmitted directly from polling units under section 47 subsection 2 of this act. We will see this section 47 today. B says, the votes stated on the collated result, the votes, now number 64 subsection 4A talks about accreditation. 64 subsection 4B talks about the votes. The votes stated on the collated result are correct and consistent with the vote or result recorded and transmitted directly from the polling unit under section 60 subsection 4. We had done section 60 subsection 4 before. So you can see that I told us in section 60 subsection 4 that we are going to see that manner with which the vote will be transmitted. And here, it is telling us here in section 64 subsection 4B that the votes, the collation officer at the ward level must make sure that the votes stated on the collated result, which is on the form EC8A, are correct and consistent with the votes or result recorded and transmitted directly from polling units under section 60 subsection 4 of this act. Let us go forward. I need the next slide, please. Now look at section 64 subsection 5. It says, subject to subsection 1, a collation officer or returning officer shall use the number of accredited voters recorded and transmitted directly from the polling units under section 47 subsection 2 of this act, and the vote, watch it now, accreditation Bill 47 subsection 2 deals with accreditation. Section 60 subsection 4 deals with the votes. It says, a collation officer or returning officer shall use the number of accredited voters recorded and transmitted directly from the polling unit under section 47 subsection 2 of this act, and the votes or results recorded and transmitted directly from polling units under section 60 subsection 4 of this act to collate. Now, he said, he shall fulfill these conditions before he can say that he's doing a collation. To collect and announce the result of an election, if a collated result at his or her lower level of collation is not correct. Now, you can see that there is a heavy reliance on what is already transmitted online when it comes to collation. Collation will, what has been transmitted online is more like the arbiter. It's more like the gold standard that a collation officer must depend on before he makes his final declaration. The reason is because what we're trying to cure in Nigeria is a situation whereby votes may have been cast, result declared at the polling unit, but by the time we get to the collation center, they have already changed the result inside the van. And because of that, they say if for any reason, maybe a political party collude with the polling presiding officer or collude with the police, and they rewrite the result between the polling unit and the collation center, that one that has been uploaded in the IRF will be more like what we will use to catch them in their crime. Let me put it this way, as I said before. It's like a businessman, if I may come. It's like a businessman giving his staff a check. He gives his staff a check of 10,000 and call his accounts officer and says, I am giving my staff a check of 10,000. The check number is so and so, and the check is 10,000. Please release 10,000 when he gets to the bank. And then the staff went and manipulated 10,000 by adding another zero, making it 100,000. When he gets to the bank, the only way the account officer of the businessman will know what is the right thing is when he compares the check number, which is more like the accreditation, and the amount, which is like the vote. If it is not exactly what the businessman had told him earlier on, he will know that the person is telling a lie. And that is why uploading an IRF is important, because if anything happens in between the polling unit and the collation center, the IRF will solve the problem.
Ladies and gentlemen, good day, my brothers and sisters, my mommies and my daddies over there. Is your sister again, your doctor, your friend, your girl, Anointed Lady TV. Please, if today is your first time of coming across my YouTube channel, please do subscribe for me. Subscribe and turn on the notification bell. So each time I upload any video, you will be notified. So in this my channel, I will be bringing up many things to you in which you will benefit from it. I do talk show, I do news, anything you want to talk about, I am into it. Please subscribe and turn on the notification bell So each time I upload any video or each time I'm on live on YouTube, you will be notified. Thank you very much for always being there for me. Please do subscribe for me, and as you do so, God will richly bless you and meet your heart desire. Thank you very much. I love you all.